Have you ever used the universal laws such as the law of attraction, the law of assumption to manifest the secret? If the answer is yes, have you ever considered that there may be darker energies at play in doing this? Guys, this is a brand new thing for me and I'm very interested in it. I want to have this discussion, I want to have an open conversation about this because it was brought to my attention by a man called Hans Wilhelm. There's a lot of things that he says that really resonate with me and also things that I have questioned in the past. To start off with, guys, I don't want this to frighten any of you. I've used manifestation. There's a lot of videos like that on my channel. And I think the key thing here is to know the difference between manifesting for egoic purposes and manifesting for a better quality of life. If you're going to start manifesting, you want fame, fortune, lots of money, you want things to feed your ego so that you can show off, and it's mainly to impress others, that's really coming from your egoic state. Now, when we tap into our egoic state and we are manifesting for all this materialism, greed, like I've said before, that's not coming from who you truly are at soul level. That is coming from your ego and the desire to win, impress, that's been instilled on us through the culture and the society that we live in. Now, once we get into these sorts of patterns, it becomes very hard and addictive to break away from, because we are sold this dream now a lot of the time on social media that to be successful is to be famous, to have a following, all these things, and when you have these things you will be so happy. But yet we see so many people that have clearly and admittedly sold their soul to the devil. Now, why do they say that? Because when we strive for such riches and fame, we are calling upon entities that are negative. Now, this is what Hans brings up, and this is something I would have to agree with in this respect. So there are energies, as we all know, we're all made up of energy, that's undeniable. There are polarities, good and bad, and there are negative energies that suck away your life force. So if you are, like when they say, celebrities say they do the deal with the devil to have the fame and the success and the riches, if you are trying to manifest something and you are essentially asking for all this money and it's all egoic, and you might receive it, but you just know that there is a possibility, I'm not saying 100%, that you're calling in negative entities that will give you what you want, but there will be a price to that. There might be a karmic debt you have to repay later on, or you'll be indebted to these entities maybe in another lifetime or in this one. Think of it like this. Do you really think when you were a little child that your dream was to get rich and to have this fancy car and this amazing house? And I don't know, it's almost like saying when you were a little kid, do you think you really dreamed of being a trader? I know, because it's a big thing at the minute, you're trading crypto. That is something that will suck away your life force, because trading is gambling. I'm not saying it's bad, but there are those people, there'll always be the people that take it to the extreme. So if you are obsessed with trading, you're playing a game. You're entering into this matrix construct of the game. You're playing it. And you might think you're being smart because you might win big. But did you really win big? Do you think when you were a little child that, you turn around and said to your mum at 3 or 4 years old, I want to be a trader when I'm older? No. You will have probably said something like, I want to be a farmer, or I want to be a doctor or a vet, where you are helping, because when we are little, we are the purest form of us as we possibly ever will be before we start going to school and being programmed. But when we are little children, we know the essence of our soul more clearly because we are less inflicted with the lower vibrational frequencies such as fear, judgment, guilt. We haven't had this put upon us yet. So our pure little souls walking around, we think everything's a magical experience. We go outside in nature, we look at the leaves on the trees. Do you remember that? Do you remember when you were a little child and you would look at the trees, at the autumn leaves turning colour, and actually think that that was magic? I know I did. Maybe not all of you did, but I think a lot of you will have done. And I used to pick up conkers and acorns and truly think that it was absolutely amazing. The little birds, the animals, and I used to look at the veins on the leaf and think it was incredible. Where did that wonderment go? Where did it go? Because we still live in the same world. We still live on the same earth. These things happen all the time, the changing of the seasons. But what happens? We get used to it. We get dumbed down by it. Our attention is taken away into other things. So we no longer appreciate what is right in front of us. We are drawn into these technological realities. And this is exactly what they're trying to do with the whole metaverse. It's evil. And yes, I will say that because that's what I think. Anything that takes your attention and sucks you in is an entity drawing your energy out of you. And that is not what you need. You need to be sovereign. You are a sovereign being. Video games, it's the same thing. Sex, porn. More so porn. If you're having sex with your partner and it's a loving thing, that's different. If you're watching porn, that is sucking out your energy. Computers, all the technology, a lot of that can do it. When you spend hours and hours scrolling on social, going back to what we were saying. So the essence of you, which is at the core of you, was never to be rich. It's not why you came to the earth. We came to earth. We come to earth because earth is a school. It is a school plane. We come here, in my opinion, to clean up our karma. We are given the choice because we can repay karma faster on earth plane. That is why we are faced with difficulties in life, because we have to pick. We can either undo the karma, and the way we do this is by greeting every negative feeling and emotion and person with love and forgiveness. And that doesn't mean you have to stay in toxic relationships or around people that are negative. That just means you forgive them and you send them love and you go on your way. And that is how we repay karma. It's the fastest way, so that we don't have to keep repeating this cycle on earth. So with the law of attraction, your true purpose in life is not to be rich and famous. That is what the matrix construct has you believe. When you break out of that, just people become, this word is so obvious when people say hell bent. People are hell bent on growing a social media following, becoming this, becoming that, and they're just lost. I mean, you look at the Kardashians, a typical example. Do they even live in the moment? No, because they're too busy taking a picture of the freaking moment. It's pathetic. And when you start to see through the matrix, you'll have just so little tolerance. You won't, it's not like in a bad way, but you just won't care. You'll turn the TV on and you just be able to see so clearly the whole concept of manipulation and just trying to take your attention off you, because it's you that's important, not all these other morons. Who cares about them, right? That's what it's designed to do. And I'm laughing because he's funny. And we can just come out of it like that if we choose to. And we've all been there. You know, I'm laughing at myself too. I was manipulated, and that's okay. But like the saying goes, and this comes from Aesop's Fables, be careful what you wish for. Now, why is that? Obsession over something, a strong obsession over anything. If you are obsessed with money and making money, you are energetically, because remember, we are all energetic beings, you are energetically throwing out these cords that will anchor you in to this reality and this matrix of being obsessed with creating an empire or whatever, power, blah, blah, and be recycled as a soul because you have to learn the lessons again. So do you see how it kind of makes sense? I do not see it personally a problem with, you know, like Neville Goddard taught us a lot about, in a way, not being manipulated, by being able to see your dream life and manifest it. Now, I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting to be comfortable and meeting a lovely partner and enjoying a job and all these sorts of things. There's nothing wrong with that. Yes, you're on earth, you're going to have lessons, but you're also here to have a nice time. You're not supposed to suffer 100% of the time. You know, certain things are inevitable because you need it for your soul growth. It can't all be roses, and it's not supposed to be, and that's okay. If we're doing things in excess, if we're manifesting for ourselves, our family, health in a loving way with the highest intention held in our hearts, I think that's great. But if we are trying to manifest because we want to impress other people, that is the difference, in my opinion. So I would be really, really interested to know what you think about this conversation. There'll be those of you that couldn't give a and that's fine. But if you got to the end of my video, please comment a purple love heart emoji. I want to know what you think, and I love you all so much. Bye.